Welcome, focused learners, to tonight's explainer. Go ahead and pull up a chair, just settle in. The lights are low, the rush of the day is finally over, and, well, we're going somewhere just a little bit darker tonight. We're going to take a journey into the strange, often really uncomfortable side of human psychology. We're talking about exploring the hidden mechanics of your own mind, why you lie, why you remember things the way you do, and why your brain is, quite honestly, the greatest mystery you'll ever encounter. It's late, the world is quiet, and your mind is still awake. You know that feeling, right? I really want you to hold on to that. We're going to let your mind slowly wander through the hidden corridors of its own programming, because understanding these shadows, these deep psychological truths, is literally the key to understanding your own reality.
Okay, let's dive into this. Layer 1, the unreliable narrator.
It all starts with this profoundly unsettling fact. Your brain does not function like a video camera, not even close. What actually happened versus what you remember? Yeah, they are rarely the same thing, because every single time you recall a memory, your brain takes it off the shelf, dusts it off, and slightly reconstructs it. And here's where it gets really tricky. People can become incredibly confident in a completely false memory simply because they've repeated the story to themselves and to others over and over again. It's wild, but repetition literally builds a false sense of truth. And to make matters worse, this unreliable narrator of yours is deeply, deeply pessimistic. We call this the negativity bias. It's exactly why you can have an absolutely fantastic day, but if one person gives you a weird look on the subway, boom, that is the only thing you think about when you get home. It's like one single bad experience carries a far heavier emotional impact than several good ones. Your internal narrative is just constantly being colored by perceived threats and criticisms. So let me ask you this, why does silence feel so loud? Did you feel that? Just a few seconds of silence and your brain immediately rushed in to fill the empty space. When things are quiet or uncertain, your brain starts rapidly generating thoughts, predictions, and imagined possibilities just to fill the void. It simply cannot handle the empty space. Which brings us to layer 2, shadows in the dark. You see, when the brain fills that empty space we just talked about, it often fills it with fear to keep you safe. Your brain is essentially a prediction machine, constantly trying to guess what's going to happen next. But when fear and uncertainty warp your reality, completely ordinary, harmless sounds suddenly seem threatening, all because your brain is anxiously expecting danger. And man, this gets so much worse when you're exhausted. Your attention, memory, mood, decision-making, they all just begin to fracture. When you lack sleep, your emotional control slips. An exhausted brain basically cannot resist emotional reactions. It's exactly why a minor problem feels like an absolute catastrophe at 3 a.m., but, completely manageable by 10 a.m. the next day. And this emotional state, it completely warps our perception of time, too. Think about it. Exciting moments seem to vanish in the blink of an eye, while uncomfortable waiting feels agonizingly long. But when fear kicks in, oh wow. Fear can distort your sense of time so severely that during intense, dangerous situations, people actually report feeling as though events are happening in slow motion. Your brain is literally stretching the seconds to give you more time to survive.
So, the crucial point is, layer 3, the invisible audience.
We are a deeply social species, which means we rely heavily on social referencing. Basically, when you don't know what to do, you look around to see what everyone else is doing. And the crazy thing is, the pain of social rejection is processed by the brain as actual, literal pain. Because of this, the desire to belong is incredibly powerful. It can easily overpower a person's private beliefs, forcing them to conform to a group just to stay safe within the herd. But watch what happens when we remove that physical audience. In online environments, the illusion of privacy drastically reduces social pressure, and this totally explains the behavioral shift we see every single day. Why people often say things online, just typing into the void, that they would never, ever have the courage to say to someone in person. Now, what's really interesting about this next layer is, layer 4, glitches in the system. So what about the errors in the brain's own internal processing? The blind spots we don't even know we have? Well, the biggest glitch of all is cognitive dissonance. When reality contradicts our beliefs, it creates immense psychological friction. It is so uncomfortable to admit we're wrong that we will actively defend a terrible decision we've already made. We'll invent these wild, totally irrational explanations to justify our mistakes simply because the act of admitting the mistake just hurts too much.
And we fiercely protect those beliefs using confirmation bias. Imagine your brain acting like a bouncer at a club, only letting in information that agrees with what you already think and turning away any evidence that challenges you. This glitch makes it incredibly difficult to learn or change your mind, basically trapping you in a cycle of familiar, comfortable, and highly predictable patterns.
Add to that inattentional blindness. Your brain is constantly filtering out millions of pieces of data just so you can survive the day. Attention is a spotlight, and because you are intensely focused on listening to my voice and processing this explainer right now, you are completely ignoring countless details in the room around you. Seriously, if something changed just outside your field of vision, you probably wouldn't even notice. And now we reach the deepest level,
Layer 5, the meta-mind.
This right here is the ultimate paradox of human psychology. This is the human brain attempting to analyze, understand, and confront its own hidden secrets and glitches. So I'm going to tell you, don't think about it. What is your brain doing right now? Humans are morbidly curious about forbidden information. When you try to deliberately suppress a thought, the psychological effort required actually shines a giant spotlight on it, making that thought echo louder and louder in your mind.
So, knowing everything we've uncovered tonight, why does the brain absolutely hate unfinished stories?
I'll let you sit with that craving for closure. Because here is the meta twist we have to acknowledge. The mind you're using to understand these facts is the exact same mind that can convince you that your own thoughts are reality. It is a terrifying, beautiful machine. It can create false memories, invent unseen dangers, and conjure vivid, breathing scenarios of things that have never even happened.
And this brilliantly illustrates our final point. So if your eyes are getting heavy now, don't fight it. Let the thoughts become quieter. Let the room become darker. Remember, your brain never truly switches off. It simply changes what it's paying attention to. Let it rest.